Hello, I'm Antonio Mora. This is your newsandnews.com day in brief. Today's top stories in about 4 minutes. It is Friday, December 28th at about 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Cooped up in the White House after the government shutdown forced him to cancel his holidays at Mar-a-Lago, President Trump has kept escalating his Twitter rhetoric. Today, he pledged to close the southern border entirely if, quote, obstructionist Democrats don't fund his wall. The empty ultimatum brings to mind the saying that those who are the loudest in their threats are the weakest in their actions. Closing the southern border would cause chaos, not just in Mexico, but in the United States, devastating border economies and businesses in too many ways to count. To nobody's surprise, the threat did nothing to jumpstart negotiations to reopen the federal government. So it's now almost a sure thing that the shutdown will move into the new year. With the Democrats poised to take control of Congress and the polls showing that Trump is getting the lion's share of the blame for the shutdown, the odds of the wall getting funded are getting steeper. A roadside blast killed 4 people and injured a dozen others on a tour bus near the pyramids in Giza, right at the peak of Egypt's tourist season. Tourism is crucial to Egypt's economy, and it has historically been highly sensitive to terrorism. No group has yet claimed responsibility. The serious consequences of the American troop withdrawal from Syria are becoming obvious, especially for the U.S. allied Kurds, even before the pullout. After reports that Turkish forces were massing and threatening the Kurdish-controlled town of Manbij in Syria, other media reports suggested that Syrian forces had moved in and taken over. The U.S., which has troops in Manbij, denied that. The Kurds, who have been fighting the Assad regime, are now seeking help from his Syrian government in their fight against the Turks. A little hard to follow. The American withdrawal is forcing the Kurds to choose the lesser of two evils, hoping that the enemy of their enemy can now be their friend, even if it has also been an enemy for years. A Saudi government shakeup is raising more questions about the kingdom. One high-profile victim is Foreign Minister Abdel Al-Jubeir, former ambassador to the United States who is passionately anti-Iran and strongly pro-American, who believes the U.S. should play an important role in the Middle East. Moving Jubeir to a lesser job could be seen as a slap in the face of the U.S. by the Saudi Crown Prince, who is not happy with the criticism he's received about the murder of journalist Jamal Khashoggi. It also could be an indication that the Crown Prince is looking to have closer relations with Russia, and getting a foreign minister who is close to Washington out of the way could facilitate that. Finally, the New York Police Department felt compelled to tweet that there was no evidence of extraterrestrial activity after social media exploded with suggestions, some not so tongue-in-cheek, that aliens had invaded the Big Apple on Thursday night. A pulsing orb of blue light lasted for about a minute over the city. It was caused not by Martians, but by a flash generated by a high-voltage equipment failure at a Con Edison power substation in Queens. Nobody was injured, but flights were grounded at LaGuardia Airport, and hashtag alien invasion was trending on Twitter. On that note, I will end the first full year of the newsandnews.com day in brief and newsletter. I will take a break until January 2nd, but you can get all the news updated round the clock 7 days a week on newsandnews.com, where you'll find all you need to know in one place. Please subscribe to our YouTube video by clicking on the right of your screen just below this video. Please follow us on Facebook at Real News and News, and follow me on Twitter at AMoraTV. I'll see you again on Wednesday, January 2nd. Have a happy New Year.